Hello, guys. Welcome back. Gosh, I'm so excited to be here. I'm overwhelmed. I'm just absolutely overwhelmed. If I've done everything right, it's a little different setup tonight. You might notice this. We'll talk about that in a minute. And I'm looking at my video, pardon me. I'm using OBS Studio, Open Broadcaster Studio, for live streaming. And I'm trying this for the first time to actually use it for the first time to do something live. Um, it's relatively easy to set up and go for the first time if it's something you're interested in. Lots of great videos on YouTube to check out. But first of all, before anything else, thank you so much to the new subscribers. I've gotten quite a few. I don't even have all the names of all the people that have subscribed. There's been about 60 in the last 2 weeks. Gosh, guys, I so much appreciate it. It's been a lot of views on the channel. I'm excited about that. A couple that come to mind here, I've got that I did get notification for. Uh, Dave Bellevaux, I believe that's how you say it. I believe that's. I won't say what it is, but it's a name. Dave, welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. Also, David Brickmore. I'm sorry, Bickmore, B-I-C-K. So glad to be here. Thank you for your subscription. I hope I get you some great content to enjoy in the future. Also, Panos Jr., thank you for subscribing. Martin Dimitrov. Martin Dimitrov, thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. I'm looking forward to comments and sharing with you in the future. And also, I got compartment / Trey, Tray. I see what you did there. Guys, that's the ones I got notifications for that you subscribed recently. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It looks a little different today. I'm not just sitting in front of the workbench looking at a computer from the side. I've got my camera. I still am kind of doing things on a budget because I want everybody to be able to do what I do with these computers and learn how on their own. But there are a couple of exceptions to that. Been very fortunate with my job that I got a bonus. It was $100, and I got these new LED lights that sit on either side of me, and they put some different color temperature lights. They're super cheap. I think they're $80 plus some change, and they come with their tripods and little phone mounts, and you can change the colors and the brightness on the lights. Those are pretty cool. I'm sorry I don't have a link. Being live and having all that there is not sure how to do that yet, but I'll figure it out. If you really want to know which ones I got and what I really think of them, I can always do a review of one of them later. Not sure how that would work, but we'll find a way. Always find a way. You might notice this right here. This is my new lapel microphone. Hopefully, and I don't know until after I watch this or see it with you guys later, hopefully that this audio sounds a little better. It cancels out some of the audio from the other things that might be going on, a fan or things that might. It's pretty quiet in here, but it should give you clear, crisp sound without any problems or anything else. So I'm kind of excited. A couple of new things, some lights and a microphone. Not a terrible. 25 bucks. Wireless microphone. I turned them both on. They both linked up right away. Plugged it into my microphone jack on my computer. Right away it saw it. It knew it was a microphone input jack. So if you ever wanted to consider getting one of these 25 bucks. You can't beat it. Amazon, check it out. And so, welcome. Lots of new members. Gosh, I'm humbled by anybody that wants to come and join me. Some of the guys have been from here from the first. I had about 38 subscribers from years and years ago, and I'm not sure any of those people are still around. But I played with YouTube, made some funny videos. If you've looked into my channel, don't tell anybody. We'll keep that between us. But there's a couple videos on there that I made back in the day for fun and just goofing off, and a long time ago. I was really grateful for the 38 people who subscribed to me in the day, and they never went away. So I assume that those accounts never got deactivated or not. But since that 38, there's over 90 members that have signed up, have subscribed to my channel. And guys, I'm not trying to be famous. I don't want to be viral or whatever you call it. I don't need to be all that. I'm just here for fun because I really enjoy this. Um, if I talk about any kind of companies, which I'm about to do, I'm not being sponsored. If I ever got a sponsorship deal, it'd have to be something I believe in. I would never peddle or even recommend anything in the world that I wouldn't use or that I don't own or that I would pay money for. You'll never see me on TikTok shop slinging things like, hey, here's a 50-cent yo-yo, get it for 49 cents today. No, that's not me. My thing is computers. I do a lot of other hobbies. I do some soldering. I do some electronics. I like to work with wood. I like to work on cars. I do a lot of different things, but for this presentation, it's so much fun to be able to work with computers, and it's a joy to be able to do something fresh from the start. We We'll see some future things coming up soon. I've had a friend at work request that he's interested in a video editing build. I've done some research online, and depending on what he's able to invest, I look forward to helping him with that. Really would like to bring that to the channel and present it to you guys as that build happens. And if it helps anybody as far as if they ever wanted to get into video editing, at some point even I'm going to do that. Right now I'm using the live stream aspect because it's easy for me to just have it all there, puts it straight to YouTube's, and it gives me, I don't have to do anything. If I make a mistake right now, it's a real mistake, or if I get a blooper, or if I drop anything, I'm not going to edit it out. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I do have, don't get me wrong, I do have a scene transition coming up. Yes, I'm excited. I can't wait. I hope it works. Yeah. As long as it doesn't go to my Ring doorbell, that's fine. If it goes to that camera right there, when it's time, and you see what I have over there, which way? You know what I have over there, because that's the workbench. This is new. So, anyway, like I said, working first time with this OBS software is kind of fun. I've dabbled with it before, but I watched a great video, and a channel called Primal Video. I will give him a shout out because it's a great tutorial on using OBS. It's step by step, and he opens it up from a brand new install and shows you how to do it. And I'm exactly doing what I'm doing right now because of his video on it. I'm really excited. I see a viewer in a comment, and I would love to get that. Let me see if I remember. Tools. Bear with me just a moment. This is the aspect of live. Docs. Here we go. Docs. And scenes, custom browser, full high chat. There's chat. Let me pop that up. The chat is there. It's the Lazy Fish Keeper. He's back. I'm excited. Lazy, it's so nice to see you here. Thank you so much. I don't know how I just figured that out. From the video I was just talking about. Lazy, it's so good for you to be here. Thank you so much. I hope I'm not taking you away from pleasant viewing of the fishies. I know they need your full attention sometimes. Are they jealous fish? I'll send over some pet food. Just send me a P.O. box. Anyway, so, new subscribers. I got this in the mail today. I got it in the mail. I'm excited. Can you tell? Look here, guys. If you can see the fine print, which I can barely from here, so if you can, you got better eyes than that. Phanteks. Phanteks. Guys, if you saw the video before, when I talked about this case that I got for super cheap from a super nice guy off of Facebook, and it's part of this project to build this computer for super cheap parts, this Phanteks case has been amazing. I haven't even got it completely put together yet, but I do have the build from last week or the other day when we built it. I've got it put in there. I just haven't even got all the panels or the cable. I just haven't had time. But I also knew that when I ran into the problem of having the little back plate that goes on the power supply unit, I made one. And I had a few hiccups with that, but I got a functional, capable, working plate to hold that power supply in place. If I mentioned I had sent a request mail to Phanteks on their customer support, I got an instant response in like less than one day. Kevin at customer support, tech support at Phanteks got right back to me. Said, hey Robert, here's the link to what you're looking for, and there it was. I went straight to that link and I found this back plate, which is to help install the power supply, and I ordered it. It was $5. I paid a little shipping and handling. It showed up in a couple 3 days, and the only downside to this, it didn't have any screws. And we were looking at this before, and it has a little bit of an offset for the way the screw goes, and that offset causes just a little bit of a special screw to be needed for that. And it's a little bit longer screw. And the one thing I've noticed about the Phanteks cases, they are threaded on the screw holes just a little bit different than most standard cases. And it's very possible that's a newer threading for their generation of cases. If you, I don't know if you can see over here, I've got a NZXT case over here that I use for my personal computer. It's the screws that I'm most commonly familiar with, the threading and all the spare screws I have fitting in, and for the most part. Phanteks is just slightly different. So I was a little bummed out. I put my homemade bracket back on the computer as I did the video the other day. Got it all snitched up, and it works. It's functional. But for the sake of habit, I sent Kevin an email. I said, hey, Kevin, I apparently don't have the screws. I didn't know they didn't come with this when I ordered it. If you could show me where to order those or give me the link, I would be happy to order them. And he said, he sent me a reply the next day saying, hey, Robert, you did say something about having the accessory kit that came when you bought that computer, which is kind of an anomaly. To get accessories when you buy something offline, you really shouldn't expect them, but the gentleman I purchased the case from was super nice, and he was he's almost certain this went with the computer and sent it along. Well, Kevin had asked me to take a look in here and see if there was a screw kit with this accessory pack. And he said screw kit, and I'm looking for 2 little screws, and they were just not in there. So I sent him back, sorry Kev, no, I can't find those screws. Apparently don't have any screws at all. And he said, well, I'll send you the screws that you need. And I said, okay. Well, in my brain, when I read that email, and I think I did reply to that, and I said, hey, Kim. And so I saw it pop up on my email that the order was purchased. There was no charge for the screw, and I'm expecting an envelope with 2 little screws in it. When I walked out on my porch today and saw this, I had to shake it, read it. I said, there's not just 2 screws in there. What did Phanteks do as customer support? For absolutely no charge concerning the issue I was having, they sent me the entire screw accessory kit. Every screw that goes on this case for whatever purpose or need. It's got fan screws, it's got case screws, it's got thumb screws, side panel screws, micro little screws for things I don't even know what's for. I'll have to refer to the download of the PDF of all the instructions for this just to find out what some of these are for. Now most of them are in the case and they're functional and usable, but I didn't have these matching thumb screws that would hold the back plate on. So here in a few minutes we're going to put that plate on, and I'll go through that process. But so much thanks to Phanteks. My next case I buy for any project whatsoever will be a Phanteks case. I'm not knocking other people's cases. There's a couple I prefer over the others, but there are only a couple I really hold in high reserve. Antec, I've had several Antec cases, super like those cases. They're robust, they're sturdy, they're easy to use, and I've built several computers in Antec cases before. And in fact, the preview monitor here we have in the back that I have this nice little ocean scenery, that's a computer built on an Antec case. And it's really big, but I like it. It's great. So, but Phanteks, and that's, don't get, if you look that up, it's PHANTEKS.com. It's that's my new favorite case, and that's what I'm going to use going forward, because they're amazing customer support. They're quick and speedy at response, and they got it in the mail when they said they would. They kept their promises. Great service. It's just a solid case. It's got lots of attributes. I love how the window pops open on the side to get access to that, and so many other things. So super excited about that. So and the one thing is when a company tells you they're going to do something, they do it, and it happens in in a reasonable time. I mean, that's who you want to do business with. So like I said, Phanteks is not a sponsor. Kevin does know that I mentioned the cases online because I said, hey, just for fun, check this out. It's where I found out about Phanteks cases. he wished me whole bunches of luck with this new stream and this new continued effort in trying to create a following and get with you guys and show you some stuff. So, best wishes there, but they're going to get my business, absolutely. I did mention my friend at work, he's wanting to build an editing computer. I have another friend that wants to build a gaming computer for her son, and that is something that's in the works. I'd like to bring all that content to you. Now, to be honest, and not trying to cop out on anything here, but I'm not an expert computer builder. I've built a few cases. You know, I have just as many mistakes as others, but I've gotten some successful builds, and even the one that we did took me a couple extra hours, but we got it, and it works. I had a comment the other day, and to try to remember all those that said, wow, that's a really ancient system. I said, yes, it is. But that was the point, is we got some cheap stuff and we got some really old stuff just for the practice of putting it together. Now, it may be up to you guys, because what goes in here next is, what are we going to do? Are we going to take that AM plus board out, the AM2 board? Are we going to go to AM3? Or are we going to skip straight to AM4? Now, we could go to AM5, which is the latest. And if you don't understand how those generations of CPUs work, I don't really completely understand it either. I just know that they make them different every few years, or 5 or 6 years, because they're better and they're different, and they want you to buy the new stuff, which I'm okay. I'm looking forward to building my first AM5 based computer through AMD. But if we step up one and we go to an AM3 system with DDR3 instead of DDR2, we're going to step up. Now, I'm not really wanting to do a lot of the benchmarks and stuff. And, hey, Simmy! Simmy! Fancy. Thank you very much. I did it just for you. and you, and everybody else that sees this. Guys, I was blown away. I looked at a video I did the other day. It's got over 900 views. Who's watching me? But thank you. If it's fun and you like it and it's entertaining, gosh, thank you so much. But, like I said, we got computers that can be built. My friend that wants to build an entry-level gaming computer for her son, she wants my help in doing that. I'm going to encourage them to allow me to do that on video. I am going to start doing some pre-recorded things and do some editing as well. I think editing is easier than using OBS. And so, but this is my first time at this, and so it's pretty exciting. But yeah, there's so much to look forward to. But depending on what we want to do with this other unit, it could be a group thing. If you guys decide, say, hey, we want to do this or want to do that, I'll start looking for the parts. We'll keep it in the theme of cheaply building up to the next thing to make it compatible with what we want to do. I know some of my friends that do watch my videos are gamers, really good gamers, better gamers than me. So they would be excited about seeing this system bring up to the capacity to be able to play typical games that are on par with what we're playing with these days now. Fortunately, and through lots of effort and work and paychecks, I have a system that's capable of playing those games. I love to play games. I don't play anything one time for a long time except for Destiny. I played Destiny for over 10 years, and I have a super great friend up in Canada that I've been playing with all that time. But it's a great fun and relief and something to do. Once in a while I'll get off into Fortnite and New World and Power World, and I like third person or first person shooters, open world MMOs. Those are kind of fun. But we'll have other time for that, and I can explain things that I like to do at some other time. So bear with me now. Oh, I did have a thing. If you're in your own workshop or you have your own workspace, the thing that my top tip for the day, I lose screws all the time. And so in the spirit of fishing, I came up with this little idea. I took myself a piece of string and I got the strongest little neodymium magnet I could find. And of course I didn't plan for this, but if I drop something on the floor, I've got a magnet that will pick it up. So there are days when I drop everything on the floor, and I literally have to throw this magnet on the floor and fish things up off the floor under the table, and I got the Reachy Pincher things too. if you don't have any reachy pincher things, which are long reachy grabby pincher things, you need to get some of those. But if I get a screw and I lost it, the little neodymium magnets are awesome. But that's my hot tip for the day. Just electric tape it, the string to the end of it, leave a little bit of the magnet open, put at least enough string for you to get to the floor, and then you'll have a really great resource for, hey, come back here, screw. And I sometimes I'll just throw things on the floor to pick them up with my magnet. Is that weird? Maybe. I don't know. Could be. I won't tell if you don't. All three of you. There'll be more. I know. So, anyway, hot tip for the day. Let's try this. Okay, so let's go over to the workbench and the computer. That's on, turned out. Did it work? Did it work? Can I get confirmation from Houston? Do we see the bench computer? I'm going to assume that you do because I can see it. So, let me roll over here. This is about the computer, so you're not going to be seeing a lot of me, but I'm going to bring my microphone with me. Here's our plate. Here's our screw kit. Let's put the original plate back on this computer. Alright, so we had two little bitty screws that I painted black, and those little bitty screws were a pain to get colored, but I enjoyed it. It was something to do. So I'm just going to pull those two out. And this is the point, guys. These two little screws, which you'll see in here are a couple thumb screws, are designed in this case so that with those two little screws, it's a simple fix just to be able to pull that power supply out and make it accessible. Get that out of your way. So, and to make it easier to build, you can put the plate on the power supply, run your cables through, and then mount the power supply last. And so that's a super big deal for that. For this is different than any other case I've seen. So now that we've got those off, we've got the basic other screws here. And take those off. And I'm going to keep my little homemade plate. I'm going to probably put it in a frame and hang it up on the wall so I can see it and say, hey, I did that, and I'm proud of what I do, and you should be too. So anything you do, even if you make a mistake and you're trying to build a computer on your own and you've never done it before, cherish those mistakes, because every time you make a mistake, you know you did, and then you learn from that mistake and you go to do something different. So there's our, I don't have the best backdrop. I got so many tools and clutter stuff here, but there's my homemade backing to the PSU, and here is my one that I got from Phanteks. It's its original equipment from the computer. So, in likewise style, now that I used some little silver screws, Phanteks has sent me a whole screw kit. I'm going to go ahead and use the appropriate black screws for this build. So grab one of these. I'll just make sure that threads. Oh yeah, that's the right one. Okay. Now if I remember right, the orientation of this is it's indented into the unit and it only fits one way. And I think I got it. I think I see all the holes line up. So in this one, there's one that's an open slot on most of the, or well, even so you can go ahead and install a screw, and then I'm gonna drop that over there and let it hang. Okay. And bear with me just a moment. Nope, that's got to be right. All right. So I'm just gonna give that a little bit of a snug. Not too much, because I want to be able to flex it a little bit. I'll go back for another one of those same kind of screws, which there's plenty. Thank you, Phanteks. Did I tell you how much I like these cases so far? I'm excited. Even if you get a good case, but you have a basic computer, keep the case, because you can always upgrade the computer. Always, always. And even for hopefully generations to come, I'm 99.587% sure that I could build a brand new AM5 system in this unit, in this case, because the way the standoffs are and whatnot, they should be universal. They should be generic and universal. So, thank you. Semi, I see that you said it worked, so that was good. I think the trick to that was that both cameras are already on, and all I had to do is turn one off. So they planned ahead for that. All right, so now there's 4 perfectly little black screws. We're just going to snuggle. These don't have to be super tight, guys. When you're putting this on, just snug them up so that it's firm and doesn't move. All right, and then there's quite a few of these, but there's 2 that I know work. And we're going to just slide that in, make it flush. Start putting our screws in, and these are kind of firm. They thread into the outside and the inside, and they snug up just like that. So that's cool that the frame is threaded and the case is threaded. So when it's in there, it is nice and tight. Let me grab my little utility light here. And because it's all black, I know it's probably hard to see, but that's beautiful. Guys, that is just beautiful. So now, with the help of Phanteks, we're not going to do anything else with that tonight, other than the other one problem that we had. I'll mention that I had left a little extra material on my homemade backing plate, and it restricted the filter from being able to be put in. And now with the correct backing plate on there, the filter goes in right where it should. If you have a case that has filters, like I said, this one has one on top and this one has on bottom, we intentionally put this power supply in the orientation that it blew the exhaust out. So it takes all the heat from the power supply. So even though the filter is there, am I doing that right? I'd still... Well, because it was, okay. The filter probably would be more productive if we were bringing air from underneath and up into the system, because that would protect your components. Basically what filters are for. But it also helps in general. This case, because it's upside down, is going to draw air in from the mesh on the outside of the power supply here and blow it out. So still, it'll be easy to pull that filter out and clean it. Now on the front, we're drawing air in from the top fans that aren't there yet, but will be someday. And so the filter that's up here can easily be taken off and cleaned, because we're all pulling outside air in through that. And that is a huge... Dust and debris and things that get inside your computer are rough on your components. And there's ways to clean those things up. But definitely, if your case comes with filters, that's just a bonus. So I'm going to put my homemade screws in one of these little compartments. It's empty, and I'm going to keep this with Phanteks and be super excited. And that's awesome for that. And again, thank you, Kevin. All right, come on back to me over here. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm at my table again. Man, I'm pretty excited. We've got lots of stuff coming up in the future. The builds, we're going to upgrade this. I'm going to start looking for the next motherboard and CPU and RAM, because that'll be almost all we need for everything else that's in here. Definitely would want to move up from Vista. Windows Vista, or was it 7? It was Windows 7 Pro on that disk. Now guys, as far as operating systems and the hard drives and stuff like that, you can see back here I've got 3 or 4 hard drives on the end of the corner. I can put Windows. I'm such a dork. Thank you so much. You know what? It takes one to know one. But you're my favorite dork. I'm not going to tell. Yes, ma'am. So, gosh. It's nice to see people that I've known for so long and care about show up on my streams. And I know some family members watch these too, and they're enjoying them. And I got a great compliment from my boss the other day at work. He said, well, Robert, I've been watching your videos. You got a really good screen presence, and it looks like fun. He said, now I can build my own computers, and I understand, I know the things that you're talking about. I said, well, that's awesome. But I told him I appreciated the compliment, and I was grateful that he was watching the videos, because that's your accounts, and I'm excited. So, hey, buddy. Hi. So, what we're going to do next with that upgrade computer, what we're going to do is build a couple new computers. I hope to have some guests here. my friend that wants to build a gaming computer for her son, maybe they could both come at the same time. We get those components together and put them all together, and if they're open for it, they could be on part of the stream as well. That would be awesome. Um, I've got a few things to trick out with these lights. I want the color. I guess the color's all right. If I was really serious, I'd clean all this up in the back. But you know what? I work and play at those workbenches back there. Over here, over here. See, I don't know the order. This is my everyday computer. I play games and stuff on. Super excited. But we got a lot to look forward to. And tonight was, I believe, a successful test with our multiple camera setup. And guys, I'm not using. If you're curious about the streaming side of it, there's not a whole lot going on. Like I said, these new lights that I got were less than $100. I've got. In fact, I apologize. The lights were $50.99 plus nothing. That was it. It's free shipping. So they're not the greatest or super most expensive. And the microphone, like I said, it was about $25. It appears to be doing well. I see a little bar on there. It shows me every time I'm talking. So if I don't go too loud, it doesn't go too high. So I like the idea of using a microphone as opposed to the microphone built into the cameras because it's much more clear. You can't hear background noises and stuff. But I'm excited. There's some new stuff coming. I'm still thinking about taking that mouse apart. And another part of doing things at a reasonable price and learning how to do the things is learning how to take things apart and figuring out what's wrong. As a matter of fact, this mouse is it's an ONN, which is not super high quality mouse by any means, but if I took this apart and could figure out why it's not clicking, I assume something is worn out or maybe in there. But if I took it apart and it could not be fixed or could not be put back together, at the very least I get inside of it, I see what's going on, and it will be something to learn. I've taken apart a mouse before, I think, but this one's interesting, so I may do that on a video as well. Let's see, you got a viewer here. See, will you be streaming at a set time? If there's a good time, that brings up a good point. Lazy's asking me if I will be streaming at a set time. The OBS was a challenge tonight, and it was just to make sure that it would work. I did have one little glitch, I think, that's on my account that is like 4 seconds of me standing here looking like this. Is this and it's going? No, I'm not ready yet. But I will notification. As a matter of fact, let me write that down. Just for you, I'm going to make it a point, Lazy, so that I can make notification. And I will put a time and a date of when I will be on, because now I'm much more prepared for it. I know that the things that I'm using here, they work, and if I can set a time. Guys, I know it's late at night right now for most of us, but I can be on earlier on 3 days a week. And if you, I have Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays that I'm available. Sunday afternoons, if you'd like to see something in the evenings or afternoons, I'll be happy to set a time for that. Totally up to you. But I'll get the notifications on my YouTube channel. I will notify that there will be a time that I'll go on, and I'll make it a plan to be on at that time. And so then in real time, maybe during the day I could get more people to interact and put in live comments. You guys have been awesome putting some comments in here tonight. Thank you so much. I'm still a dork. Yes, thank you. I'm gonna screenshot that and save it because it means a lot to me. You don't understand. I know I'm your favorite dork, or up in the top 10 at least, right? Because I know you know a lot of dorks. Just teasing. But Lazy, actually, yeah, I'll do the best I can on getting that a set time. And on those days that I'm off, I'll do it at a more reasonable time, not in the middle of the night. My normal schedule, I work 1 to 11 p.m. those 4 days a week, and so it's just convenient for me to get off work and say, hey, I don't want to think about work anymore. I want to come home and talk to people on a camera that are starting to pop in, and views and views and views. Guys, I just don't know about it all. But I'm absolutely 100% open to suggestions for any kind of content you want to see. Lazy, if you want me to buy a couple fish and you can kind of talk me through how to take care of them. I'm not gonna lie, the last fish I had, they died, and I'm sorry. Or can I say that on YouTube? I hope so. I know TikToks, they unlived by my own um, poor practices of fish keeping. So maybe I won't do that. But I do like fish. Don't get me wrong. So, but the world's open. So we got lots of new builds coming, some pre-recorded stuff. I'll do some hobby things that need editing, and I do some speed up stuff. Hardware fixes and repairs or breaks. This could just be a hardware break, but hey, that would be fun because I'm pretty sure if we went on YouTube, we could find some hacks for USB cords, and there's a little laser in there, so maybe we'll come up with something. And then new ideas and new builds and everything. So, gosh, I'm excited, and I ran out of stuff to talk about right at the moment. It's awesome. It's awesome. Thank you again, all the new subscribers. Please come back. Like and follow. Those likes, I guess they're important to YouTube. I just know you're here and you're liking it. I see the views. I think everybody that sees the views, even if they, if I'm not mistaken, somebody said that the view counts, even if they click on my video and watch it for a couple minutes or less, that it counts for a view. I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm getting traffic, and some of you guys are sticking around and watching the whole videos, and I appreciate that. Always welcome to feedback and things I can do better. I've upgraded the equipment a little bit, and I've got some resources, so we can do it. We can do it. We can have a lot of fun on this adventure, and I'm glad you're here. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off if I can figure out how. I don't think I did. This is a box. I can move it. That's the chat box. See, I got to learn. A lot to learn. And then there's stop right there. So guys, good night, good day, good tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to the next video. Even if I think I've got enough stuff to talk about, I'll make another video. I am right now looking for some more hardware. Trying to find some parts to put together. The new stuff, the new builds for the guys that I know, my friend and my friend at work, that'll take some time for them to get the parts together and whatnot. But it'll be fun to do some new builds as well. I haven't done one of those in a while. But a lot to look forward to. Look forward to getting back with you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the views. Holler at me sometime, anytime. Send me messages. I see all the comments that come to my videos so far. I get notifications on my emails and whatnot, even when I'm working and when I have the opportunity to check them out. And I try to reply to every comment that's off when I'm offline. Some fun and wacky comments I've gotten so far. One person accused me of not knowing what I was doing. And, well, I think we did a lot for not knowing what I'm doing. No haters, just lovers. So, all right, guys, I'm out. You guys have a good night. Thanks for coming by. Catch you next time.